Hello, Pirate Dave here with a review of Drawing Blood #1 published by Image Comics. I'm going to be honest, I had a review before this, a video review that was about 4.5 minutes long, where I kind of tiptoed around how much I did not like this book. I still do not like this book. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, but this time around I wanted to be a little bit more transparent and perhaps blunt about how I feel about it. Let's get the good things out of the way first, starting with that cover. This is classic Kevin Eastman design, very intricate, all the little details are there. I think every color under the sun is used on this cover, but it doesn't feel like a mess. This is something I would love to hang on my wall. Excellent job. Drawing Blood is created by Kevin Eastman and David Avallone. Script by David Avallone. Artwork by Ben Bishop. Colors by Brittany Peer. And again, the artwork I have no problem with. I think there's some creative decisions here. This notepad sketch going right into this pink and purple motif, indicating nighttime, gives a sort of neon feeling. Very cool. The panel layout, panel flow, no problems here. We open up into a rather serious gunfight happening, and I love the symmetry here. I'm purposefully covering the bottom panel for reasons, if you read this book, will be apparent. What I did not like about this book mainly stems in the writing and stems in the circumstances of its creation. I'm going to be blunt. This is not a Kevin Eastman book. Story by Kevin Eastman. Sure, but even that much is not true. If you look on Twitter, David Avallone's Twitter account from a couple days ago, he talks about how even though this started as a Kevin Eastman story, a lot of him is seeped into the story. And he's entitled to that. He's writing the script, of course. And is that really some reason to knock it just because, oh, well, it's not actually written by Kevin Eastman. It's not really drawn by Kevin Eastman. That means it's a terrible book. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's a terrible book because the details and the beats of the story are not good. Uh, and maybe terrible is too strong of a word. I don't want to tiptoe around it again. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not good. I was going into this expecting something like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, where it took itself seriously, but it had fun with its premise at the same time. And this just comes off like a sort of B-movie schlock that expects you to appreciate the story that's being told because it parallels with Kevin Eastman's life in an absurdist way. I don't know. When I think of absurdist, I think of something a little bit more entertaining. And the parts of this that are obvious parallels to Kevin Eastman life, you can't really give those credits for being creative. So you have to give the credit of creativity to the parts that clearly did not actually happen. And none of those are creative. Like if we get any sense of humor in this one, it's cliched humor. It's typical humor. Oh, I saw that in the movie, so I thought it would work. This isn't something that I would let anybody else get away with. And so I don't know. For me, I just can't let this book get away with it just because it's Kevin Eastman's Drawing Blood. It's what it should have been titled, is Kevin Eastman's Drawing Blood, like a project that isn't actually created by the creator, because that's exactly what's going on here. That being said, it's not a bad investment price. I think you're looking at $3.99. If you're a big Kevin Eastman fan, it's worth the investment to see if this is something you like. And maybe it's even worth the investment just for that excellent illustration on the cover there. But personally, the first strike was that it wasn't actually by Kevin Eastman. It didn't seem like he had a whole lot of credited work on this. The second strike was the story fell flat and didn't really seem to have fun or be entertaining. And then, of course, the third strike was that the creativity just was not there. It feels like the same conversations are happening over and over and over again in this book. I can't recommend this one. Like I said, 2.5 out of 5 stars. Drawing Blood, #1, Image Comics.